Welcome to the IT Shed. In this video we're going to connect a PC to a Cisco switch using a console cable. We will then configure the switch to receive a Telnet connection. So what is a console cable? I'm just going to go onto my website here and I'll show you. That's a console cable. It connects the PC physically to the switch. There's an adapter. The console cable comes with a serial connection, and the newer PCs these days have USB connections. And this is how it works. It connects into the back of the PC and into the switch. You will then use a terminal emulator, something like PuTTY. It's a bit of software that allows you to connect to the switch's interface. So in the real world we just open up like that and now you will be connected to the switch. But most of us don't have access to physical equipment at this stage of our training, so instead I am going to use Packet Tracer. So Packet Tracer is a free download. Just Google Packet Tracer. It's free to download and use. I'm going to leave a link in the description. So I'll open up Packet Tracer and I'm going to put a PC and a switch onto the work area. I'll then connect with a console cable into the console port of the switch. Now most home PCs and office PCs will get their IP address information from, say, your home router, your home switch. It'll be done by DHCP, you won't have to worry about it. But in this case we're going to set it up statically on the interface. So there's a DHCP, but we're going to do it statically. So I'm just going to input /24 IP address. And the subnet mask, /24 subnet mask, will propagate automatically once I click in the subnet mask field. So now we're going to go back to our desktop. I'm going to open up a terminal. This is the same as I said you would do in real life with a PuTTY terminal, an emulator. So we're going to use the Packet Tracer one. So don't touch any of the fields here, they're all good. Click OK. Now you're connected to the switch. So we're going to go into enable mode and configuration mode. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set a simple password. It's just enable mode password to stop anyone without permission getting access to our switch into the enable mode of our switch. So to do that we type enable secret and we give it a password. In this case I'm just going to give it Cisco. Not very secure, but it'll do for the purpose of this video. The next thing we're going to do is set up a VLAN interface. This video is too short to go into VLANs, but suffice to say VLAN 1 on your switch contains all the switch's interface. So my switch is 24 port switch, so VLAN 1 covers all the ports. So no matter what port I put my Ethernet cable into, it'll be covered in VLAN 1. So the switch interface is just a management interface for the switch. It allows us to connect to it. It has nothing to do with the routing of the switching of the switch itself, switching frames, etc. It's just a management. So to do that we do interface VLAN 1 to get onto our VLAN interface, and we're going to give it an IP address in the same subnet as on our PC. I'm just going to give it .30. Now we're going to have to put on subnet mask as well on the same line. Oops, forgot the one. Now I try it. Okay, so now in order to get the interface online, we'll go shut. And we're up and running. Exit. The next thing we have to do is set a username and password for our remote connection. This is different. The enable password was a shared password that anyone in the office who has access to the switch will use the same password. This one is a per username password, so it's individual to each user. So to do that, username, I say Paul, and password, I'm going to say blue. As I said, not very safe, but for the purpose of this video, it will have to do. Okay, so we have our VLAN set up, we have our username set up, and next thing we need to do is configure the Telnet connections. Now Telnet works off line 0 to 15, line VTY line 0 to 15. So line VTY 015, login, local, and exit. And that's it. This is all done on the console, the connection between the PC and the console cable. So we can close out of that. Now, in Packet Tracer, you could just open up your switch, go to CLI and do it from there. But I want to make it more realistic, as if you're doing it from real life. So in real life, you'll connect your console cable from the PC to the switch, and you'll use your terminal emulator to do what we just did. So now we need to unplug. Excuse me, now we need to unplug our console cable, and we are going to we're going to connect an Ethernet cable, fast Ethernet 0 on the PC, to any of the ports, any of the fast Ethernet ports on the switch. As I said, VLAN 1 will cover all of those fast Ethernet ports. Now while that is sorting itself out there, we're going to go back to the desktop. We're going to go down to Telnet client. Again, with PuTTY, it's the same thing. It's the same PuTTY one. Earlier we used serial. For this, we'd be using Telnet, and we put in our IP address here. So here on Packet Tracer, we select Telnet and put in our IP address for the switch. And connect. So now we have accessed our Cisco switch from a PC over a fast Ethernet connection. So you don't have to be in the confines of the switch to do it. You can be anywhere where you have connection to the switch via Ethernet cable. So put in our password, our username, sorry, our password. Now we're now on the switch. So to go to enable mode, you're looking for the enable mode password, which was Cisco. So from here, show that we're on the switch. We'll show the running config. So the running configuration now, as the enable secret, and that's our password, Cisco, it's actually encrypted. If we had done enable password Cisco, you'd see it here in plain text. So that's why we did the keyword secret instead of password. And this is our username and our password here for our remote login. Now it shows all the connections, the fast Ethernet connections, and it shows our VLAN interface and our Telnet setup. So that's it for this video. It was just a quick video to show how to connect a PC to a switch using console cable and set up Telnet configuration. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it's beneficial. I hope I'll see you again in the future.